can't do it. I can't do it. Freaking, I can't do it. I'm sorry, guys. I can't do it. We're a freaking piece of crap. This freaking movie's a freaking piece of crap. Nah, I'm just joking, guys. Calm down. I'm not walking out in this review. This movie freaking sucked. Sorry for those of you that are like, man, why are you screaming? This movie freaking sucked. It sucked. It sucked peanuts. Sucked cashews. Sucked every nut out there. People are like, there's no logic to that. There's no logic to this freaking movie. And people are like, well, calm down, man, calm down. No, I'm not freaking calming down. This movie freaking sucked. Freaking movie. It's freaking garbage. Total freaking garbage. And for those of you wondering, Nate, if you hate it so bad, why are you not doing a Mega Ultra freaking rant? Because Mega Ultra freaking rants are on films that don't have any good things to them. Anything at all. The Wolfman, Anthony Perkins did a good job in that movie, but the rest of the cast sucked. Yes, the makeup effects were decent in that film, some decent gore effects, but there was barely any practical effects in that movie. Most of it was CGI. So, yeah, it's still, and everything else about the movie freaking sucked. So, but here, I can say that I enjoy the score. I like the music to the movie. It's really well done. The movie is very well shot. I have to say that cinematography is great. The idea of it taking place on an island, I don't mind. And the effects were good. So yeah, for those of you wondering, do I just hate this movie all the way? No. It has good things to it. But this movie was freaking boring. This movie was freaking has goofy ideas to it. The logic in this movie is zero. These characters freaking suck. Even more than this film. If I can get it out. There we go. Cabin Fever 2 Spring Fever. This movie freaking sucks. These characters suck. These ones suck even worse. The plot? It being titled Patient Zero, I don't understand it. I get it. It's like, well, there is a Patient Zero in the movie. Really, that plot? Because it's about him. Because basically what it is, it's all about him being the cure to the skin disease. The cure. Goes freaking nowhere. Goes freaking nowhere. So the Patient Zero, subtitle. The Patient Zero tag, well, not tagline, but the subtitle. I don't freaking get why they call it Patient Zero. I know he's in the movie, but the Patient Zero has barely anything to do with the plot. Most of the plot is these kids going to this island, figuring out that there's this disease there, and the way they react is so unrealistic and stupid that it makes you question, do they have brains? Over here screaming at this movie because of how stupid it is. So those of you wondering, why are you screaming, Nate? Why are you yelling, Nate? This is why! This is why! Yes, it's not a Mega Ultra freaking rant, but it's still a freaking rant! Yes, there is stuff I like about it. I like the makeup effects. I like one scene. There's one scene I don't mind. The rest of these scenes involving the skin disease is stupid, which I'll get to. There's one scene I don't mind, which, like I said, I'll explain in a little bit. But I like the makeup effects. The way that it was shot was nice. It was lit lit and just set design and everything. It had a good atmosphere to it, especially the night sequences. Good atmosphere. It's well shot. I'll give the director that. Carr Andrews. I don't give a crap. I guess he directed 10. Well, he's only directed, let me see, 2 films. The rest of these are short films, and did a segment in the ABC of Death. V is for vagitis. Whatever. Vagitus. I don't, vagitus, sorry. Vagitis. Sounds like some sort of disease you get or something. And whatever. But I'm so mad right now. I pronounced that wrong. Freaking whatever. Vagitus. Sorry, I pronounced it wrong. The way that I said it. Freaking. Sorry. But freaking Vagitus did a segment for ABCs of Death. Which ABC of Death was, it was okay. And then I did a film called Altitude in 2010. It's a 4.9. I'm just so freaking mad at this movie. This movie was exactly what I was expecting this movie to be this bad. I knew it was going to be this bad. That's why I was saying, oh man, this is going to be a chore to sit through, and it freaking was. It freaking was. It's an hour and 31 minutes. It feels like 3 hours long. Some goofy ideas. The logic in this movie, there's none. There's no logic in this freaking movie. I know I'm 6 minutes into the video. 6 minutes. But I'm sorry, I just had to let out this frustration towards this film because of how freaking dumb, because of how freaking stupid it is. One of the dumbest sequels I've ever seen. One of the dumbest ones. Yeah, the fact that it takes place on an island is cool, but the fact that it takes place also in this laboratory thing, or this lab, I didn't care for that. I didn't care for this Patient Zero plot. I didn't care for the twist ending, which I'll get to. And most of the scenes involving the skin disease are stupid. I'll get to them. I'll get to the plot in a second. Like I said, it was directed by Care Andrews, whatever the freak. You got Sean Astin in this movie. Now, Sean Astin's been in a lot of films. He's been in Lord of the Rings trilogy. He was in Encino Man. He's been in a lot of films. He's a good actor, but in this film, he did nothing. He did freaking... As a matter of fact, he's an over-the-top character in this freaking movie, actually. He's delivering his line like, I'm gonna die in this containment center, or this containment zone. I'm gonna die here. And it's over here singing, 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice. Like, what the freak is this? Sean Astin. Good actor. Been in the Goonies, of course. Famous actor. But yet in this movie he delivers an over-the-top performance. Singing 3 blind mice. 3 blind mice. I'm like, shut the freak up with this 3 blind mice stuff. Gosh, freaking... I just freaking... Hang on. You know what? I feel like punching a movie. You know what movie we will get? Here. How about I get this piece of crap? You guys can see it. Nightmare on Elm Street, the freaking remake. There. Had to find something to punch. Might as well punch Nightmare on Elm Street, the freaking remake. I would have punched this, but it has the first movie, and that's why I didn't take the freaking disc out. Well, you know what? I might as well. That movie freaking sucks too. But I'll place the first movie over here. So yeah, I've released my frustration on this film. Let's get to the plot. Basically, you got this guy getting married. It's try to see who it is. Try to see. Was it Josh? No, it was Marcus, I think. Was it Marcus? I think it's Mitch Ryan, who's in Groupie, One Tree Hill, Missionary. I think that is him. Yeah, I think it's Marcus. Pretty much getting married. He brings his brother along with him. Reminds me of one of those college dudes who's always saying bro. You know, they even mentioned broski in this freaking movie. I'm like, makes him more of a freaking college freaking jerk. Makes him more of a freaking college dude coming from college talking about bros and stuff. Wish I say bros too, but you guys know what I mean. If you guys know what college people, they always say bro. Heck, if I say bro in my reviews, I try not to say it a lot, but this dude in here is talking about saying bro. They even mentioned broski. And his brother, Josh, Brando Eaton, Born to Race, Balls Out, Gary the Tennis Coach, and American Sniper. I think I remember him in American Sniper. He's a terrible actor too, because all he does is overact. He overacts. Freaking Sean Austin overacts. His lead is nothing. A dull, boring lead with no acting. Freaking Mitch Ryan. And you got Penny, played by Jillian Murray, nothing to do with her character. She doesn't really do anything. And you got Dobbs, played by Ryan Donahue, who was in Altitude, Imaginary Heroes, Broken Flowers, A Home at the End of the World. Didn't really do a good job either in this freaking movie. This cast was nothing. They were nothing. Cabin for Two, that cast sucked, but this cast is even freaking worse. They could not act, and they could not do anything. They didn't do anything in the freaking movie. This cast is the same thing, only their acting is even freaking worse. Because you got the freaking college dude, college ripoff dude, like he's coming right out of graduating from college or going on college campus, wherever. Freaking Josh, talking about, this is literally what he says when he arrives to this beach area. He's like, it's nice out here. And then whenever he gets sprayed in the face with blood, he's like, I think she's sick. I think Penny's sick. Just these freaking lines. And he's always screaming like, freak! Come on. We're walkie-talkie. We're freak! I'm like, shut the freak up. He can't act. He freaking sucks. Same with Dobbs. All he does is mess things up and says sorry 1,000 times. Says sorry 1,000 freaking times, and it's freaking, and the guy keeps telling him, it's cool, man. It's cool, man. He keeps going, I'm sorry. I'm like, shut the freak up. He just told you it's okay. Shut the freak up. Stop saying freaking sorry all freaking time. Got annoying. Gosh, dang, this movie freaking sucked. And if you're a fan of this movie, that's cool. That's fine. I know I think there's actually a few people out there that like the film. That's cool if you're a fan of it. I'm not. I'm not a fan of this movie. I heard a lot of bad things about this movie when it came out. The trailer didn't look that good. I watched 20 minutes of it last time. I got bored out of my mind with it. It was a chore to sit through. It freaking sucked. It freaking sucked. And for those wondering, will you buy it on DVD? If it's cheap. If it's cheap, I'll buy it on DVD. If it's like $3 or $4, $5 the most I'll pay on this freaking movie. $5. If it's over $5, screw that. I'm not buying it for over $5. If I do get it, it's for the collection. That's the only reason why. For the collection. Same with the Cabin Fever remake, which I will review when I see it. That gets like a 3.7 on IMDb. Yeah, 3.7. I'm not gonna pay over $5 for that freaking movie. So I'll wait for it to come out on DVD, but I'm not paying over $5 for the film. $5. I'm not paying over $5 for it. I'm not. I refuse to. I'm not wasting my money on their freaking remake. It looks like freaking crap. And I've heard a lot of bad things about it, this 3.7. So yes. Those of you wondering, well, you haven't seen it yet, Nate. You haven't seen it yet. Still, I am going off of what I have heard, what I have seen from the trailer. It looks like crap. It looks like crap. This looked like crap. I seen it. It freaking sucked. It freaking sucked. You know, it's just... this movie is one of the dumbest sequels I've ever seen. Why? Because these people... like, basically... because the characters Marcus and Josh, they're brothers. And then Josh is dating Penny, and then you find out that Marcus, you know, back when they were younger, you know, had sex with Penny, but he didn't tell Josh about it. I don't care about this freaking subplot. Then you got Dobbs, pretty much a dude tagging along for the party. They take a boat out to the middle of the freaking ocean, or whatever. Yeah, the middle freaking ocean. and Marcus is having a bachelor party, and they arrive to this island. And on this island, they have this guy named Porter, played by Sean Austin, who is patient zero. And basically, he's immune to the skin disease. And you find that this Dr. Edwards character, played by Curry Graham, could not act. And this freaking girl playing Camilla, Solly Duran, from A Dark Truth and Mediterranean Blue and Missing from 2015, she could not act at all. Her acting was terrible. She goes, "Stop it! Why are you doing this? You don't have to do this." I'm like, shut the freak. She just cannot act. She cannot act at all. These actors freaking suck. They freaking suck. And for those of you wondering, yes, this will be a spoiler review. It's about 2 years old, so if you haven't seen it yet, but it's still a spoiler review. So, spoiler alert. But you find out this doctor, so yeah, spoiler alert from here on. But this doctor, you find out that he pretty much wants to get fame, wants to get money. And basically, he's going to have Porter make this, cure for the skin disease. And the Dr. Edwards character is going to get rich and get money and stuff like that. And pretty much this island goes on an outbreak because Porter gets this one guy infected, and you find out that the water around the area is infected, and they literally dive in the freaking water, and these characters are so freaking brainless and dumb. I don't understand how you can see a big pile of dead fish, decayed, and go, "It was just a shark attack. It was just a shark attack." I'm like, so you're telling me that a shark... Now I get it, sharks do eat fish. I'm not dumb. They do eat fish. But would a shark do that? Would a shark just leave a big old pile of fish at the bottom of the freaking sea like that? Big pile! Areas full of dead fish! And like, well, maybe it was leftovers from a shark attack. I'm like, you kidding me? Would sharks really do that? I get it, they don't eat everything. Like, they don't, they might leave a few fish behind. But there's a big pile of these fish under the water. And this Brian character's like, well, no, not the Brian character. Josh. The Josh character, he's pretty much like, oh, it was just leftovers from a shark attack. I'm like, this is bull crap. And that water's infected. Thus, Josh and Penny get infected. They go back on land. Marcus and Dobbs go in the freaking jungle. They end up finding this lab. While freaking Josh literally eats out Penny because he's freaking putting lotion on her skin because he shows her, like, she pretty much shows him that she has these, rashes all over her skin. And he freaking literally, takes down her panties, eats her out, but literally eats her out. And I get it, in the original film, Ryder Strong, fingered the girl. Which, and in that movie, though, you could say that the hole where the skin disease was, you could say that maybe his character thought that was maybe the vagina. But it was more, granted, it's definitely a gross idea, but it was a little bit less stupid in Cabin Fever 1. It was a little bit more believable in Cabin Fever 1. Because, maybe he mistaked that for the freaking hole. But, in here, though, it doesn't make sense. It's stupid. And he's eating her out, eating her area. And she starts screaming, like bloody murder screaming. And later he goes, "What's the matter, babe? Calm down." His face is covered in blood. I don't understand how he can keep eating her out and not taste anything. Wouldn't you taste blood in your mouth? And then she lets out this fake, well, not even that, that's later on, but she he realizes that she's sick. She pukes on him. He literally comes out of the tent and looks at Marcus and Dobbs and goes, "It's Penny. I think she's sick." I'm like, no. I'm like, freaking, no crap. No, she's not sick. She's okay. Just the way that he said it, he was like, I think Penny's sick. I'm like, no, you don't think. And then he freaking sees that she has rashes all over her. Then he finds out that he's infected. Starts getting rashes all over him. Then he goes into her tent, tries to get her to come outside, pulls her skin off of her arm in CGI. Granted, a gruesome idea, but the effect was terrible looking. And freaking, she lets out this freaking fake scream. You know those screams I use in screamer videos, like the ones that have jump scares and stuff? I swear they put one of those in this freaking movie because it sounded like it was imported from a freaking sound file or something like that from a screamer, from a freaking jump scare or something. It sounded fake. And it's in CGI, a little bit of practical in there, but most of it's CGI. Then freaking Marcus and Dobbs, they go to the freaking lab. That's pretty much when they go back. I think that's when they go in the jungle. And they go in the lab, and they find out that everybody in there is dead. And then they go in this like underground sort of lab, because there's like an upper part to the lab and there's a lower part. They go to this underground area of the lab, and Dr. Edwards' character and this other doctor girl, Bridget, I think, they're working together. They're both bad guys, and pretty much they're gonna try and become famous, stuff like that. Well, this is a stupid scene as well. Josh finds out from Dobbs that Marcus was having sex with Penny back a long time ago. And literally, they just got done. Freaking Josh got done seeing his freaking his girlfriend's freaking arm skin get ripped off. And he also seen that she was bleeding from her private area. And Marcus and Dobbs just seen a bunch of dead bodies. They're trying to get out of there, and Josh and Marcus are arguing about that. They're arguing about, hey, why'd you sleep with Penny? Why'd you do that? And then I guess they use it sort of as a distraction to sort of hit Dobbs in the nose, get the gun away from him because he holds him up with a gun. And he's freaking annoying because he's like, well, I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do. And they're like, you're the smart one. Find something to do. He's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Look. Press the freaking button, opens the door. They go in the underground area. That's where you find out that Dr. Edwards and this other girl are working together, Bridget. And Bridget hits Josh in the face. And then good effect where his face is like his jaw is freaking knocked out and his freaking tongue is like, his old bottom area of his face is like caved in. And then she goes to the beach, and this is the one scene I liked. The one freaking scene that I liked involving the skin disease. And that's where you get Penny and Bridget, they're all decayed, and they fight. And, one punches the other, a chunk of flesh flies off, other one freaking grabs, like, I think the Penny character gets her freaking boob in her chest, ripped off. It's gruesome. It's definitely well done makeup effects. They dive into the tent. Freaking the Bridget character gets her freaking arms tore off. And this was stupid though, where pretty much Penny literally grabs a freaking dildo, a freaking toy dildo that I guess Josh gave to Marcus because he was being a jerk. He was like, "Oh, because you're getting married, here you go, man." And he's pretty much being a freaking jerk. She uses the freaking dildo and smacks the girl in the face and caves her face in. Good makeup effect, but it was a stupid freaking. I was like, what the freak is this all about, man? What the freak? So yeah, she kills that girl. She kills Bridget. And then she dies. Because, she's all bleeding and stuff like that. So she dies. Good idea to have a freaking two girls fighting and ripping freaking flesh off. And the other, like, you know, freaking ripping the freaking, boob and chest off, and it was just a gruesome scene. And you've also got the stupid scene where this infected cop, and literally the Dobbs character's like, well, I know some plastic surgeons. We can get some help for you in your face. And the guy shoots the freaking gun, and I don't understand where the freak the bullet went, because he shoots it. Dobbs is fine, so I'm like, did he miss him, or did the bullet go up, or what the freak happened? Because he shoots it, his arm breaks off, and the gun goes in his freaking forehead, and he just falls down. I'm like, what the freak was that all about? It didn't make sense. What the freak was that all about? And then, Dobbs, he ends up getting, I think, what was it? What happened to Dobbs, actually? I can't remember. But, Marcus gets shot by Dr. Edwards. Oh, no, I know what happens. Dobbs gets shot by Dr. Edwards because he's a stupid character, because Dr. Edwards is like, hey, I got a cure. I can cure you, man. We can stop this, decaying, stop the disease. And Dobbs is like, okay, whatever. And lets his guard down, of course, gets knocked out and shot. So my stupid freaking decision by the character Dobbs. Stupid character. And then he shoots Marcus, but doesn't kill him. Camilla's over here panicked like, yo, you can't do this, Dr. Edwards. You can't do this. You can't do this. Shut the freak up. You can't act, girl. You can't act. I'm sorry. Your performance in the movie freaking sucked. I'm sorry. I could not freaking take it seriously. And there would be scenes. There's a freaking scene. I gotta mention this. Where freaking Marcus, they're trying to make it suspenseful because he's gonna open this door, and we don't know what's behind it. And literally, this is him getting ready to open the door. And it was a good shot because the lighting behind him. It was a nice atmosphere, but I could not take it seriously because the character Marcus's face like this. No, it's like this. Like imagine just a normal face. Like, cut to the door. Cut back to Marcus. And I could not take it seriously because there was this freaking look on his face that it was not believable. He was just like, I was like, what the freak is this, bro? Couldn't even do suspense right. Freaking messed that scene up. And then Dr. Edwards gets pretty much shot in the neck and killed by Porter. And, they get the boat. They go out to the ocean, and you find out that Porter is the bad guy. And then they're like, they drank this water that he infected with his blood. I'm like, how did you not notice the water was red? If he put his blood in the water, how did you not see it's red? Like, that's the logic. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. It doesn't make sense. The water is freaking red. You even see a shot of the bottles, they're freaking red water. I'm like, how do they go from clear water to red water just like that? Just does not make sense. Just didn't make sense. And you found that Porter actually meant to cause this virus, and that they tracked it back to a freaking mouse. And so I guess Porter is really the bad guy. And he escapes. And Marcus and Camilla left on the boat, and they're infected now because Camilla is getting these rashes all over her, and then the movie ends. And I'm like, oh my god, this movie freaking sucked! It sucked! It's crap! It's freaking crap! It's freaking crap. And what made the original film good is that when they start to get the disease in the original film, when they start getting rashes and stuff all over them, it happens slowly. It happens slowly. They slowly decay. They slowly fall apart. And it's more suspenseful that way because you're not really sure what's going to happen to them. They slowly fall apart. They like slowly start to decay. Here, immediately as they get the disease, they start decaying. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Within minutes, they start to freaking get rashes and stuff like that. Within minutes of being infected. So that freaking sucked. That was a stupid plot, stupid idea of having this disease sped up. The freaking disease, symptoms sped up of getting these rash stuff like that. And bumps all over your skin. It happens like 1 minute after they, or 5 minutes after they freaking get the disease, they're already sick. I'm like, the original film did it better. There's stupid ideas. The movie is dumb. One of the dumbest freaking sequels I've ever seen. I don't understand also this underground laboratory in this island. They have like the worst security ever. Because literally, they walk in there, one guy gets infected, they contain him, they walk into a cell, and this one guy, they go to basically experiment on the guy that got puked on, or not puked on, but got blood on him, and then that's when Bridget gets puked on. She locks the dude, locks the Dr. Edwards character in there, and it has to be some of the dumbest security. Like, this security, this laboratory is freaking nothing because the disease spreads like that. So they didn't really contain it that well. And the movie is just dumb. I like the other taking place from the jungle. I like the makeup effects. I like that one scene involving two chicks fighting and freaking pulling flesh and arms of each other, and it was a freaking gruesome scene. I like that scene. I like the makeup effects, or I think I already said that, but it was shot very, very well. I would say that it is shot very, very well. I enjoy the music to the movie. The music fit the movie, in my opinion. But it's a dumb movie. It's a dumb movie with a dumb idea. Patient Zero barely has anything to do with Patient Zero. It's mainly about these kids trying to get off this island, and then Patient Zero is just sort of this guy who can cure this disease, but it goes nowhere. It ends up being the freaking bad guy, about pretty much being a bad guy. He pretty much is the bad guy. So, Patient Zero, barely involved in the freaking movie. Sean Astin is over the top in this freaking movie. His performance was freaking over the top. And the movie is boring. The movie is freaking... It has dumb ideas, unlikable characters, acting that freaking sucks, and the movie overall just freaking sucks! So guys, thanks for watching my rant on Cabin Fever Patient Zero. For now, it'll be the last one I'm reviewing until I see the remake. But until I see the remake, yeah, I'll talk about that film, talk about the remake when I see it. But thanks for watching my reviews on the Cabin Fever films, and I will see you guys on my review for Cabin Fever, the remake, when I get to that film. But for now, thanks for watching my reviews on the Cabin Fever franchise, and thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.